Hello everyone and welcome to Simplex Cuisine. My name is Harper, if you did not know, and today I am going to be taste testing and reviewing Mega Bowls, oh god, buffalo style chicken mac and cheese. Now I have actually taste tested and reviewed a Mega Bowls what's it called, meal before. It did not turn as best as I thought it would. I had terrible indigestion after filming, which I did not show on camera because I was thinking, oh yeah, it will be okay. An hour later, literally dying on my floor. No, like, you know, bad bodily fluid stuff, just like my stomach was like killing me. It was like burning up. So hopefully this time it will not happen with this meal, or else I'm just going to completely give up on this brand. But more or less the style of this video will be very simple. I will be taste testing and then reviewing this. I kind of have an obsession about wanting to know if the amazing looking freezer section meals are actually as good as they look, or at least what you expect them to look like, which usually does not actually happen. But more or less I will be, of course, taste testing and then giving you a review on them. As I said before, I'm kind of just like saying something in circles because I'm so tired right now. I'm usually always tired now for some reason, but more or less I will be giving it a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being I can't even finish the meal, it's terrible, 10 being it's actually pretty great and I would definitely try it again. Now I have to say that my scale ratings for these meals, any kind of like freezer section meals, are usually, you could say, like lower than my scale like for when I cook the meal. I am lowering my expectations and more or less the authenticity of the scale, but more or less it's a fun series. I like doing it, and yeah, so on. So more or less I have cooked the meal in question. It looks well, it looks as best as you could expect. Expectations versus reality. Not the the best, but we'll go with it. It doesn't really smell like anything, so I'm not really expecting that. At this point, I just don't want soggy noodles because those are disgusting. But yeah, looks wise, honestly, it could look way worse, so I'll give it a pretty high score. I would probably say like a 7. It doesn't look really bad. It looks above average, a little bit more than that. It definitely does not look as cute as the box, but it looks not as bad as I thought it would. So more or less, I have it on tape right now. I will listen and eat this all and then give you my review afterwards. So give me 1 second. Also, I am literally blind right now, so glasses on. Now I can kind of see. But more or less, let us go. So also probably I need water, so I'm gonna get water real quick. Also, I got my salt because I need salt on everything. So I'm gonna mix everything up first. Oh, so let's see. It smells more or less what you expect, a lot. I can smell a lot of buffalo sauce, but nothing really else, which is, I think, good. I don't have high hopes for the macaroni, honestly. My camera, like my memory card, went full, so I had to delete everything, but we are back, so let us finish off this. I'm not sure if we can call it a meal at this point, but this thing. So let's talk about this dish. So number 1, I was sadly disappointed to know that the noodles were like soggy. I don't know how to explain it very well, but when you cook noodles and then you like do whatever you do with them to like freeze them and put them in the freezer section and all that, the noodles become kind of soggy, like overcooked. They're overcooked, that's the word. They were overcooked, barely, but enough that I was like, oh dear. The chicken itself was dry and kind of stringy. The cheese did not taste like cheese. It was kind of like Kraft cheese, but like worse, kind of like Velveeta in that like weird plasticky way, which wasn't the best. The hot sauce didn't really do much. There was supposed to be green stuff on it, didn't taste it. I had to put a lot of salt on it because number one, I like salt. Number two, it needed salt, like a lot of salt. Rating wise, I would probably give this a 4 out of 10. It was slightly below average to say the least. It was only like $2.97, whatever. 77 cents is the word, but like more or less, it wasn't a lot, but I could definitely think you could get way more for your buck that wasn't as disgusting. It has 31 grams of protein, but I'm not sure where. As a whole, I did not really like it. And I'm not like clouding my judgment from the last time I had this meal, or I did this meal, but like this brand. But I definitely would say that like what my memories of the last one, it didn't taste as bad as this one. It just had a terrible aftermath. I'm hoping that aftermath does not happen today because I need to do a lot of stuff today. I'm filled. It was a filling meal, but it definitely did not make me happy eating it. You might be thinking, oh, why did you eat it? Well, the thing is, like, it didn't taste terrible, you know what I mean? It just didn't taste good. It tasted almost bad, I feel like terrible, bad, average, okay, good, really good, perfect. Like that's kind of like how I kind of grade food for me at this point, or meals at this point. And this was like in between like average and bad to more or less just bad. But more or less that's the end of the video. So of course, if you like, if you want to see more from watch, just subscribe. Comment below if you ever had this meal, your personal ratings. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Any more like additional thoughts? Comment below. I would really appreciate it. Let's have a discussion. But more or less with that being said, I hope you have an amazing day. I will see you next time, and as usual, goodbye.